There are a multitude of pitfalls that can curse a young footballer's career. Be it drink, drugs, women, haircuts, or perhaps the most dangerous, hype. In this day and age of 24/7 instant news and social media, it can take only one goal, one trick, or one good game for a young footballer to build up hype. But hype can be a dangerous thing. Take for example Exhibit A, Marco Marin, a player dubbed the German Messi by the press. After impressing at Werder Bremen, he made just 16 appearances in what I think is fair to say was a disastrous 4-year spell at Chelsea, during which time he went out on loan no less than 4 times, but still only managed to score 2 goals. A clear victim of the curse. You want more proof? How about the next Zidane? Or the next Gaza? Yeah, well, we all know how they got on. Obviously in a few rare cases, players live up to the hype. Some even surpass it. Let's not forget the next Maradona, or the albino N'Golo Kante, or the second coming of the good Lord. Living up to the hype can be done, but my word is it difficult. So, why are we talking about hype? Well, because the hero we have selected for this series of Become a Legend Story Mode is a player who is currently balanced precariously between becoming an overhyped failure or a future star. This player's name, a player whose career we are going to try our best to save, is Gabigol. Oops, no, sorry, no, let me try that again. Is Gabigol. So who is Gabigol? Well, his full name is Gabriel Barbosa Almeida, but like a lot of Brazilian players, he goes by a shorter, more marketable name, which is Gabigol. Gabriel, I guess, Gabby. Who scores goals? Gabigol. See, it's clever, I like it. So Gabigol was, like another quite well-known Brazilian, a graduate of the academy at the Brazilian league side Santos. He scored 24 goals in 83 appearances for Santos, and like this other quite well-known Brazilian who achieved a similar feat, he quickly caught the attention of Europe's elite. Chelsea, Manchester United and a host of other top sides were reported to be pursuing the player who many touted to be the next, and you might have already guessed if you didn't know, the next Neymar. In the end, it was Inter Milan who secured Gabigol's signature with a 5-year deal that he signed on his 20th birthday. I'm sure Inter Milan were at the time very pleased to have signed the next Neymar, but sadly, this €25 million move did not go quite as planned. In his first year at the club, Gabriel managed only 9 appearances for Inter, scoring just once. Some suggest he moved too young and that going from being the centre of attention, the star at Santos, to just one of many at Inter, made him start to act out. He argued with coaches and he stormed off to the change rooms after yet another game spent warming the bench. That went down particularly badly and was a pretty good indicator of how badly things were going for him at Inter. So whatever the reasons were or are for his lack of success at Inter, before the start of this season, Gabigol got what is often the first sign of an overhyped player's career going off the rails. He got a loan deal, and after much speculation and a lot of interested parties, it was eventually Portuguese side Benfica who signed him on a season-long loan with a €25 million option to buy. And this is where we join the process, with an aim to rescue Gabi's faltering career and get him back on track to become not just the next Neymar, but a better Neymar. A Neymar with a beautifully sculpted beard, amongst many other talents. The Uber Neymar, if you will. Let's see how we get on. So hello and welcome to episode 1 of series 2 of Become a Legend Story Mode. Now we're all up to date with who we're going to be playing with. We can pretty much get straight into it now. There's not much more to do. Except for maybe, I guess, to welcome any newcomers to the channel. Any of you who are not aware of PES Story Mode as a channel or Become a Legend Story Mode as a series within said channel, I'll give you a quick rundown. The basic idea behind PES Story Mode is that unlike maybe some other PES channels, we always play PES with a story. We pick a real life manager or a real life player and we follow their career and see how we can do. I mean, that's a very basic summary, but you'll get into it as we go. Become a Legend Story Mode, as the name suggests, is playing Become a Legend, which is the mode in PES where you just play as one player. And as the description says there, you get a taste of what life is like in the beautiful game by playing through the career of a single footballer. And as we know, that single footballer is going to be Gabriel Barbosa, Gabigol. In the last series, Series 1, the first Become a Legend Story Mode series, we played as Jack Harrison, the young Englishman who made his name first of all in New York City FC, and then, well, we had quite a glittering career. He won the World Cup, he won the Champions League, he won the Premier League, he played at Real Madrid, he played at Manchester United. We brought him up from a player, I think it was 67 overall rated, into the low 90s. We're starting with a little bit of a better player this time, so we're going to need to see quicker results. So let's just dive straight in, shall we? set up a new Become a Legend. That's always exciting. So as is tradition, we start with the admin. Match level, well, we played on Superstar last season. There is the option now of Legend mode, but we're not going to be playing on that. I really wish we were, and I've tried, but it's like Konami got sick of everyone saying, oh, Superstar's too easy. You know, no problem for us. God, make it more difficult. And they said, right, well, you asked for it. And they made a mode which is like playing the zombies from 28 Days Later. It's impenetrable. And then as soon as they get the ball, it's like watching Shaolin soccer. I don't know, something ridiculous. Anyway, it's still very difficult. It's more difficult this year than it was last year for sure. Match time, we're going to start with 10 minutes. Obviously, you don't have to watch the full match. It will be highlights, don't you worry. So for currency, we're going to stick with pounds. I'm just a simple English boy to stick with what I know. Classic players, no thank you. And then additional leagues, well, we do get Liga MX and the Bundesliga thanks to the excellent PES Universe option file that I'm using. Have a Google for them if you're looking for the real kits and the real emblems and everything else to make your PES experience that much better. And that's it. So let's go and select our boy. Existing player, obviously. You can play with an original player and become a legend, but as we like to in PES Story Mode, we always pick existing players. Then we're going to make our way down here to the Liga NOS, or the Liga Primera, I think it's called as well. NOS is basically the sponsor. And then we're going to make our way down to Benfica. So what do we know about Benfica? Well, they're based in Lisbon and they're one of the 3 particularly dominant clubs in Portuguese club football. They've actually won the Primeira Liga in the last 4 seasons. So, yeah, pretty dominant. So, Gabriel's coming into a pretty solid team. And a team which has lots of strikers. They've got Jonas Seferovic, Zivkovic, who's a decent little player in Master League if you ever get to sign him. Jimenez is another option they've got up front. And also they've got Chris Willock, which is an interesting signing from Arsenal. It's a full signing as well. But anyway, he's got competition. So here he is, the young Brazilian, the player whose career we're going to look to salvage. Seems hard to believe that we're already at the salvaging stage, but as it says there, his career is now in our hands and he looks resplendent in the red and white of Benfica. What can we do? Well, welcome, says the club secretary. All the information you need will be here, and the assistant coach says, we're in the starting lineup for the first game. I mean, that always happens. That always happens. We need to go and make sure we've got the right shirt number. He plays with 96. I'm pretty sure that's his chosen number, so we'll go and make sure we've got that all sorted. There's not a huge amount to set up in Become a Legend, but one thing we need to do is make sure we get him the number 96. That shouldn't be difficult, should it? I don't think there's many people competing for that. We can have a quick look at his training before we get into it. Be interested to hear your opinions in the comments as to what we should go for. In fact, actually, before we do that, we better go and look at what he's actually like. So, 21-year-old striker, still very young. As we said, it might have been one of the problems that he moved away from the Brazilian league a little bit too young. I think Neymar had an extra season on him before he moved to Barcelona. It's at 44% manager trust level. We know that we need to get that up somewhere around the 60% mark to be starting. And he's a goal poacher, which is a real change to Jack Harrison, who, although we often played him as a striker, he played so far forward, he was a winger. Now we're a second striker actually by trade. Apparently that is his main position, but he can play anywhere up front. But he's going to be looking to score goals, and that's going to be the plan for this series. That's the barometer for Gabigol's success. He's got goal in his name, for God's sake. He needs to be putting them away. Now, these stats are looking great. We had to build Jack Harrison in the last series, as we said, up from basically nothing. But we've got a lot to work with here. So we should be seeing success a lot quicker. He's got great attacking prowess. The ball control and dribbling will be important, 79 and 80 respectively. And 78 finishing is big. He's big. And then 81 speed and 85 explosive power means he'll be a handful for any defence. And he's strong on the ball as well. There's not really much, except for his lofted passing, that you could cite as being a problem. His swerve could maybe do with improving. I don't think we're going to really look to improve his passing that much. I guess ball control and dribbling could be a little bit better. Maybe improve his speed, but that's it really. His form is 4. That's not bad, not bad. Not particularly great with his weak foot. And he's got maybe potential for a few injuries. Stamina is low as well. 70 stamina is not going to be enough, so we're going to need to ramp that up. He's got first time shots, so we need to be pulling the trigger when we get a chance. And his development sheet, well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. Hopefully we get a dramatic improvement. Hopefully we get a few games under our belt. So now we know what his individual stats and potential weaknesses are. There doesn't seem to be many. Let's take a look at what sort of game plan he's going to be playing within. I don't expect him to start first time. Obviously he's got Jimenez ahead of him. Seferovic, Jonas, all good players. Jonas will definitely be the first choice striker, I imagine. Also Zivkovic is pretty deadly as well. So taking a look at the tactics, they play a short pass, build up down the middle, flexible positioning. So we're going to look to move around a bit, which is fine. He can do that. It looks to be an attractive possession-based ball-playing sort of tactical approach. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that would be good. It'd be interesting not to be playing a counter-attacking role, which is what we definitely did a lot in the last series. We definitely want to be trying to make runs every time Pizzi gets the ball. He's got 83 and 85 passing. That's going to be important. So every time he gets the ball, we'll be making runs. That's something to remember at least. Okay, so we've got a fairly decent idea of what sort of approach we need to be taking. So now we can go and look at the training. As we mentioned, we're definitely going to need to up the stamina. So we will take that from defence because we don't need that. Dribbling could maybe do with improving. I don't know if his passing needs to be that much better. I don't think he's going to be threading through a lot of balls. He's mainly going to be laying it off, trying to work the 1-2s with his strike partner. It's going to be interesting playing in a front two. Definitely haven't had any experience of that yet, so that's going to be interesting. So happy to take that down a bit. Speed and physical, I'd probably quite like to keep the same. Let me know in the comments if we think we should maybe try and learn a skill early on. Maybe Super Sub would be a good one, when we will definitely be playing a lot of substitute appearances towards the beginning of his career at Benfica as you try and build up the manager trust level. Heading would also be decent. Let me know what you think, and then we can maybe move some points around to try and learn a skill. It's always important as well at the beginning of a Become a Legend to just make sure that the manager knows where to play you. I can't imagine that we'll be dropped back into midfield at all, and we're not playing with wingers, so probably almost certainly going to get one of these positions, but just to make sure, we've had some odd things happen when we don't do that. So as is tradition, you always get to start the first game, and we're up against Vitória de Guimarães. There's going to be a lot of pronunciation issues in this series. I mean, the beautiful thing about Gabigol going to Benfica is he's going to be playing against a lot of really poor teams. Benfica alongside Sporting are the three best sides in this league by a pretty long distance. So some of the lower sides should provide him with a lot of opportunities to get some goals, start building up his confidence after a difficult year at Inter. Let's take a look at the game plan. How are we looking for form? Sideways arrow. As we said, look for the balls from Pizzi and try and get involved in a bit of build-up and then make a quick run behind the defence. I think that's the best plan. It's a short build-up based play. Maybe we do need to be improving our passing with that in mind. Let me know what you think. And before we go any further, I'd just like to thank PES Story Mode co-author Matt for the excellent kits that we will see on our opponents today. There wasn't a Liga NOS option file available for day one as of recording time, so thanks for stepping in and providing them. If you want to become a PES Story Mode co-author, then it's an elite group that you can join now for the price of only £3 a month, and you get to vote on decisions on the channel. You get access to the secret PES Story Mode chat amongst a few other excellent rewards. So there's more information about how to do that in the description, and I look forward to maybe seeing some of you there. So here we are, out against Vitória de Guimarães in what I believe is like the equivalent of the Community Shield. So I think it's the winner of the league versus the winner of the cup. We're not playing at Benfica's home stadium, which is Estádio da Luz. We're playing in the Konami Stadium, which is very, very pretty. And there they are, the Benfica fans, and they'll be clapping on their new loan signing, Gabigol. I mean, it must be exciting for them. A player who was touted to be the next Neymar is now at their club. But he's going to have a real struggle on his hands to find his way into the starting lineup. Vitória, the manager, he's got a lot of decisions to make when it comes to strikers. Hopefully Gabigol can make a good impression today. Start building up that manager trust. We don't expect to be starting straight away, but we want to make a good impression. Hopefully force our way in. Let's get into it. So kick off and we're away. The first touch of the second series of Become a Legend Story Mode. So many of you loved the first series. Now we're into a second and we've got a great player to work with. Gabriel does need to be putting the pressure on. We are playing a high pressuring game, so I guess any midfielders that get the ball around there, we need to be making ourselves known. But Guimarães bring it forward now with Nicolais. That's a nice ball in. Rincon's there. He'll jump for it. Falls to Toze. Great save by Julio Cesar. That's a nice little touch from him into his strike partner. And now he's made the run over the top, looking for the ball in from Pizzi. We know he wanted to be trying to get on the end of some of his through balls. Wasn't to be there. Oh, but that's a mistake. Gabriel now into the box, will hit one. Oh, what a start. Gabigol introduces himself to the Portuguese League and the Benfica fans with an incredible left-footed strike from the edge of the box, and he throws up the heart. And that is how you introduce yourself. That's got to be maybe third touch of the ball for the Brazilian. And he has leathered that. He was given way too much space. It was a horrible, horrible error by the Guimarães defence. Don't know what he was doing there, but he's passed it right to him. And then he looked up, the run was on, but he didn't need it. He hit that Hard and true into the top left-hand corner. Keeper was nowhere near it. And what a way to start this series. I mean, there's the mistake there. Came off the defender. Unbelievable how much time he had. Defender was sliding in eventually, but the shot was well taken. And we're off the mark here. Now it's Rincon. Is pulled wide for Guimaraes. Nice ball inside to Hurtado's got a bit of space. Whips the ball in. Sturgeon at the far post. And Nicola Sturgeon misses her header. Edge of the box. Sturgeon wins it back, but it's not cleared. Good running there from Gabigol. Oh, slips it in. Gabriel off the post. Oh, I'm going to have to start calling him Gabby, I think. And that's half-time here in the Supertaça de Portugal. It's Gabriel who gets his first goal 12 minutes in, and it was a really well-taken finish for his first start for Benfica. He'll be very pleased with that, as will the fans. And it's been a pretty tight game here. Actually, we've not had the possession, but it just took one big mistake from Guimaraes. We got the goal. Lovely. Let's see if we can finish this off in the second half. So as you can see, second half has started, and it looks like his fatigue might be an issue. His stamina, as we'd said, is definitely going to be something we need to build up. He's already at half stamina. This high-pressing defensive tactic is going to be hard work for a striker compared to some other ones where you can be a little bit lazier. We're having to put the miles in, and it's affecting us. I can't imagine we're going to last the full 90. Maybe we need to be a bit smarter, but we definitely just need to build up that stamina. He's not match fit. I mean, that's got to be one of the major reasons. He's not played a lot of football in the last year. So anything that we can do to improve that is definitely going to help. Oh, nice tackle from Gabriel. And now we steam forward. Nice footwork to get away from his man there. Had no idea what to do. Oh, it's a lovely ball in. Looking for Gabby. Whoa. He's just moved offside. That's not much in that. Don't know if that was Pizzi or not putting the ball in. It was overhit. But a little bit better directed, and that would have found us. Got 3 interceptions already. That's a good start. Breaking things up from the front. That's what they want in this sort of tactic. Oh, that's industrious play there. Oh, lovely chip ball into Gabriel. Oh, that's a poor choice of foot. He's gone for the head. Not the best one in that situation. Pretty much any sort of other limb or any other part of the body other than your hand would have been better there. That's disappointing. That was a great ball through. Jimenez we're starting to form a pretty good relationship with. I'm sure he won't be our strike partner or we won't be playing in the next game, but we've looked good so far with him. Gabriel's pulled to the edge of the box. Oh, that's a good ball in. It'll be cleared here. Good pressure though on the defender. And they will get it away. And that is the end of the game, and there's Gabby celebrating as you'd expect. Not only has he come away with his first bit of silverware for the season, but he scored the decisive goal on his debut within only 12 minutes of starting the game. You can't really do much more than this to make the manager aware of you. And it's lovely to win a cup so early on. And there he is, celebrating with the Benfica fans. Already a club legend, I would say, having scored the winning goal in a cup final. That's a great way to introduce yourself to the Benfica faithful. And there he is with the best slide of the lot as well. Great start. And he gets a lovely hug from all of his new compatriots. They'll be happy to see him there. There is a buy-on clause in his contract. Will they look to keep him? It's probably too early to say. But there he is. Looks like he's fitting in very well. Obviously he's Brazilian as well, so he can speak Portuguese. That probably helps integrate him into this club. I'm guessing that's why he went here, actually. I never even thought of that. And what a way to start. And do we get man of the match? We should do. Yeah, we start with a man of the match. That's what you want to see. Individual match records. Well, we had a good all-round game. I would cite the 2 interceptions as being a pretty good way to back up the goal. Passing was okay. That's not too bad. And considering we only had 1 shot on target, we made it count. And boy, did he make it count. So, great start. And we've won a cup. And he gets his first goal. And we're up to 77. Was he on 76 before? He might have gone up one. Thank you, Vittoria has granted us the number 96. It's not one that people are going to particularly argue over, so I don't think that was ever going to be a problem. And as we expected, this is just how it works. We're out of the side completely for the first game in the league. We won't even feature on the bench. We're going to have to go through a lot of this. This is how it happens in Become a Legend. I expect things haven't changed. So we've just got to wait for our chance and take it when it comes. And we get off to a great start with a 4-1 win. We go second in the league. Lovely stuff. So if my predictions, if my knowledge of this mode are now correct, we might be in the national team. Would be surprised. No, we're not. He's not. He's obviously, he's knocking about. He's sniffing about. He has been in the national team. Obviously not called up in the most recent version of the national team. Oh, Jonas is Brazilian as well. I was thinking of a different Jonas. That's great. Well, I mean, that's got to be the strike partnership, hasn't it? That we've got to move towards. We've got to be looking for Jonas and Gabi up front, the two Brazilians. Jonas is a good passer. Great in the air. Is he a big guy? He's pretty big. Great strength. I mean, he's the build-up man that we can be running off. So Jimenez, unfortunately, your days should be numbered. Although he's also an excellent target man. He is a big guy. That's why he was winning the headers that helped us in the last game. He's actually officially a target man. So either of those two would be great to play with. But obviously the Brazilian duo would be nice to build up. So let's move on to the second game of the season. I expect we might be on the bench for this one. I'd be surprised if not. And away at Firenze, we're in the starting lineup. Interesting. You'll notice early on the Vittoria, I'm sure, will mess with the formations a bit. He's got new players in. He needs to blood them. He needs to see who works well together. Let's see who we're playing with up front today. It is with Jonas. It's the two Brazilians playing up front together. I think that could work well. Again, we've got to look from balls from Pizzi. And we're on an upward arrow as well. Against Firenze, who don't look to be so great. And they've got a 68 and 67 rated centre-back duo that I think we're going to look to trouble. This is our first game away from home. I need to maybe go and change some of the stadiums. I've just realised that. We think we might only be playing at the Konami Stadium. But we can change that quite happily. Get some of the smaller stadiums in this. Maybe be a bit more realistic. I'm not even sure what sort of mid-level Premier League side in the Portuguese has in terms of a stadium. But I'm guessing it's not something of this quality. But anyway, it's not a problem. So Firenze now off to a good start. And Babanco finds a little bit of space out on this left-hand side. Looks to take on his man. That's nicely done. Chris puts the ball in. Mercado at the far post. That wasn't far off. The rebound, a fall to Silva. Oh my God. Well, that could have easily been going a goal down in the first 2 minutes. Strong start there from the home side. He's playing to Gabi. Now he's looking for the run of Jonas. A little chip ball into him. Into his Brazilian counterpart. Oh, it's a nice ball in. It's to the far post though. Missing out Gabi altogether. We bring it away. It was good build. Oh, Gabi's won it back. Footwork there. Keeps possession well. Finds his way to the edge of the box. Hits it with the right foot. That's well wide of the goal, but he worked the position himself. I think he had every right to take it on. Easily won back from the central midfielder there. And good footwork to take himself away from two. Pulled the shot a little. Wide now to Alcanar. He'll put a ball in. Thiago Silva's there. Gets a header to it. Should be able to clear. Definitely doesn't look like we're fans of hoofing the ball. That could come back to haunt us as Aurelio wins it back. Now Valencia into the box. It's another good tackle. We can bring it away. Oh, Thibaut gets the better. And now Valencia's there. Good ball in. And that's half-time here. And Firenze, the home side, well, they've probably been the better side. These are the sort of poor performances that will see us with a 5, 5.5, and that will not help our manager approval rating. We need to keep it at the 7 that we got in the last game. Thiago Silva, good header into Mercado. His header can't find anyone. And now we've got options here. Gabi will poke it wide. Near post. Oh, where's the pass? Come on. Patient build up here from Benfica. Oh, lovely turn there from Jonas. Near post ball is on. Gabigol is in there. And that is a lovely finish. A crisp finish down at the near post. It was an improbable angle. And it's 96, number 96, who scores in the 69th minute. And that's his second goal in 2 games. And the Benfica fans, the travelling fans today, will be very pleased with that. He's already paying back the wages that Benfica are reportedly paying for Inter. And he made a good run here. Lovely turn from Jonas. As I said, we wanted to build that up. And the keeper just didn't bother. Just didn't fancy it. And Gabi was able to slot it home. Down to his right-hand side. Didn't have a huge amount of goal to aim for. And that is actually a really nice finish. And there we go. It's been a difficult game so far. We've just got to keep scoring them goals. And that's how we get in the side. And that's how we get a move. And that's how we turn him into the best player in the world. We want a World Cup. We want a few International League wins. And we want World Player of the Year. That's what we've got to aim for. Oh, that's a lovely ball into Pereira. Good ball back. Almost fell to Machado. It's not cleared yet, though. And Alcanar will have it. Puts in an early cross. Paraba's up there. Good header away. Oh, nearly caught in possession. They want to play out from the back, this Benfica side. And that's it. Full time here in the second league game of the season. And it's a decent win. Or was it third league game? Third league game of the season. Gabi's second game. And it's 2 goals in 2 games for Gabriel Barbosa. Gabriel Barbosa. Gabriel Barbosa. That's Italian anyway. Anyway, great start for Gabi. I think we're going to stick with Gabi. It's probably easier. When he's given the opportunities, he has taken them so far. There weren't many in that game. He only got 3 shots on target as a whole, but it's another man of the match performance. And showed a few promising signs at the end of a bit of link-up with fellow Brazilian Jonas, so that's good to see. And another man of the match performance. We keep the average rating for the season on 7. That's a lovely little start. Great stuff. No, it was match day 2. Of course it was. It's only our second game. I don't know what the other game was, and that sees us in 3rd, but only on goal difference. Setúbal, who we've got to play soon, and Maritimo have had a good start to the season as well. Porto are there, Sporting obviously there as well. Of course, Benfica will be playing in the Champions League, and let's see who we get in our group. Tottenham Hotspur, interesting. And AC Milan, the newly rich, the newly full of incredible players, AC Milan and Spuds. That'll be fun. It's a hard group actually. We're obviously the number 1 seeded team in the group. Zagreb being the supposedly easy side, but that's not going to be an easy one. There's a lot easier draws we could have got. So it's going to be a hard group to get out of. To finish above Spurs and AC Milan, it's not going to be easy. So what an amazing way this will be to round off this first episode of Series 2. It's El Clasico, Porto versus Benfica. Always a fiery and exciting encounter, I'm sure. Of 235 meetings in total between the clubs, it's Porto who've come out on top with 91 in their history. So there's definitely a long-standing rivalry behind this that's going to be really interesting. And it's great to see that Gabby gets a start. I mean, it's great. I mean, we've got Champions League football. We've got a lot of really big derbies. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of slightly easier games against the bigger side. I mean, against the smaller sides. But, you know, what can we do about that? Nothing. There's plenty still to get excited about. And this is a big one. And we get a lovely little cutscene. Stick to the game plan and we'll grab the win, says Benfica player who I'm yet to work out who he is. But that's nice, I guess. I guess that's a nice thing. Let's take a look at Gabriel's form for today. Upward arrow. Jonas up for it. Lot of players really up for this one. Samaris starts in the centre today. Got to be looking for the ball through from Pizzi though. Got to identify him. Porto have made some signings. They've signed Jordan Henderson from Liverpool. And yeah, that's an interesting one. There's definitely going to be more signings happening this year in PES. I've seen that already. And that is a strange one, I'll say, but it's a good one, I guess, for Porto. Let's get into it. So here we are once again in the Konami Stadium. Got to get that sorted out. Great to be involved in a derby straight away. It shows a lot of Rui Vitoria's faith in Gabigol, faith in the loan signing that he's putting him out for only his 3rd start straight into a derby, straight into a massive derby in the league, which I'm sure is even more important than it would be in, say, the Premier League, when there's only 3 real sides who are going to be challenging for the league title. These head-to-head matchups have got to be worth, what, 10 points? 20? I mean, it's a lot of points, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to be tight at the end of the season. Oh, lovely work from Gabby. Steps away from the men, closing him down. Just works the space in the midfield, then accepts the ball at pace from Jonas. He's going to look wide now and then make his way back into the box. This guy loves a dribble and he's put a ball in, looking for Gabriel. Danilo will head away. Ricardo Pereira will clear. That was a good bit of build-up there. Looking a lot more confident in the centre. Maybe we do need to work on our passing, because we're doing a lot of that sort of build-up play. Brahimi over this one. He's got a few to aim at in the centre. Henderson is there. Gets up, but can only head it. Oh, no, against the defender. And it is Jordan Henderson now who'll whip in the outswinging corner. Porto looking to get off the mark. Taquinho's got away from his man and heads it easily past Cesar. And that's not a great start in the derby here, especially on home turf. We don't want to be giving away goals like that. It's just the marking wasn't there. There was nothing at all. I don't think we were required for marking duties, seeing as the computer did position us almost on the halfway line. Maybe we should have been back there, but I doubt we could have done much about that. And it's Hendo, the new signing, who provides the assist, and Cesar is well beaten. Okay, come on. Nice work there. Ooh, that's a big challenge from Danilo on Gabby. He looks hurt. Yep, he's holding his knee. That's not what we need. Good take by Jonas, though. Let's hope that wasn't anything too damaging. We don't want an early season injury that could really set us back. He is injury prone. We know that. He looked to be okay to begin with. I think he has had to go off for treatment. No, he's on the pitch still. And it was a booking for Danilo. It was a pretty horrid challenge, to be honest. Gabriel, nice turn back inside. And now he's on his bike. Sees the ball through. That's a lovely ball over the top. Can't quite curl his run. And Casillas. Oh, that's a good signing as well. Casillas takes it easily. I don't know, is Casillas there anyway? I'm not sure if that's a signing or not. It's going to really test my transfer knowledge this year with the amount of players moving around. I won't be sure whether that's actually something that's happened in real life or just one of the many transfers that the AI seems to be making this season. Nice ball. Jonas will take this one down. Can he get the ball inside again? He can to Gabby. Tried to dance his way out of trouble there. Pereira comes through. I think gave away a corner in the process. Trying to dribble our way out of trouble. Once you've got more than 1 or 2 players on you, it's not going to happen. Gabriel will jump with Henderson. Falls back to a Benfica player. Good effort there. Pushed wide by Casillas. We've got 2 goalkeeping greats in between the sticks at either end today. Casillas, probably one of the greatest keepers of all time, keeps that one out. Julio Cesar at our end. Also not a bad player, is he? Or was he? Gabriel, chest it. Left foot. Oh! He took that down well. I think that was one off the training ground. Found Gabigol in a bit of space there. He was able to chest it down ahead of the player. Really strong play. Took it down well. It was the man on the post that prevented the goal. Otherwise, that was sailing in. Porto again. It's Henderson. Pereira's ahead of his man. Not cleared though. Back out to Henderson. Sent into Oliveira. That's well taken. And now there's a chance for a break here. Good little layoff from Gabriel. That's not the pass we needed, and that's another horror tackle. This time Gabriel gets straight up. It's going to be another yellow card. They're giving Gabigol a lot of negative attention in the derby. They obviously know a new player, maybe not used to derbies of this sort of ferociousness. Although at Santos I'm sure he played a few. Up into the air. Oh, Gabby takes it down. Great footwork. Oh, more great footwork. It's a ball into Jonas. Lovely, well worked there. Number 10 couldn't find the space to finish. Gabriel showing that actually as a target man, as a hold-up man, pretty decent. And that is not ideal. But Gabby's had the chances. He had especially the one off the corner where he chested it down. And it was only the man on the line that prevented us drawing things equal. It's a close game. I think Benfica would be unhappy not to get a goal in the second half. I do think we deserve one. Nice ball. Gabby's going to look for the header on into Jonas. Lovely header down there. Into the Brazilian. He gets it out of his feet. Good effort. Casillas saves. Ooh, that's unfortunate. And that's a yellow card for Gabby there. Frustrated, maybe? I don't. It just struck me as a particularly dirty player. But this looked to be very deliberate. The ball had well gone. I mean, it was Danilo, I think, the man who put the dangerous tackle on him in the first half. And he grabs a booking here. Suspicion of a raised hand there, maybe. Maybe he's got a bit more grit to him than we thought. Maybe just because he looks like Drake doesn't mean that he isn't hard. We'll see. But that certainly was a little bit underhand. Oh, that's not going to reach him. But he'll get there ahead of Pereira. Oh, Pereira does well to make up the ground, though. Carlos Pereira. Has to take on his man for pace. Try and whip him across. It's well defended, but it's fallen to Pereira now. We do eventually get it away. And now we've got a chance to break. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there between Jonas and Gabriel, but we will get it away, and he just about finds the ball down this left-hand side. Now into the box we go, looking for space. This guy does not like to pass. We've seen this. What are you doing? Pass to me. Pass to me. Don't know who that is. I think that might be Pizzi as well. Just doubly annoying, seeing as he's an incredible passer. Ball down the line to Gabriel is on. Back inside, puts the ball in, lofted into Jonas. He'll get the header to it. Casillas saves easily though. That's our best chance of the second half. And with no time left here, we lose in the first Clásico of the season. And I'm sure there'll be many to come. It's Porto. The team from the rival city. The Porto versus Lisbon Derby. They come out on top here. Oh dear. Well, not the best start. We did have some chances. I suspect though that we're not going to get a very good rating for this game because we made a lot of mistakes in terms of passing. And I think we had the best chance really of the game. Come away with a 6, that's fine. As long as we're not worse than everyone else, that will bring down obviously our overall rating. We only misplaced 3 passes, but we were only able to get 1 shot. I'm pretty sure that shot was on target. Pretty sure it was. 2 interceptions isn't bad, only 35 touches. Dropped very deep. I think that maybe could potentially be criticism of our game today, perhaps. Was it Pizzi who just kept holding on to the ball? Whoever it is with the distance dribble. No, it's bloody Salvio. Look at that. 93.5 miles distance dribbled. That's about 90 miles more than anyone else. And he did nothing with it. That was frustrating. I don't like Salvio already. So there we have it in the first battle of the big three. It's Porto who come out on top, and at home for Benfica at the Estadio da Luz. That's particularly jarring. Sees us down into 6th position. It's our first loss of the season. Still 4 teams unbeaten. And Sporting move above us as well. It's still early days, obviously only 3 games in, but you don't want to be starting with a loss against one of your biggest rivals. It does set a precedent that we're going to have to try very hard to beat. It's going to be interesting to see whether we start the next game. 6.7 overall rating is good. 2 goals in 3. Happy to keep that ratio going. And there we are, one of the deadliest strikers in the Liga NOS. So next episode is on Friday, a week from now. Although this one was a bit late today, we will be publishing every Friday at 11:30. You'll get to find out how Gabigol is doing, and it'll be 4 games per episode. And the next one is a big, big episode. We've got Spurs and we've got AC Milan in the Champions League group stages. And we've also got a massive derby against crosstown rival Sporting. That's going to be huge. And also we play Vitória de Setúbal, who started impeccably. They've started without a single loss and they are top of the league. So we've got a lot to do in the next episode. Hopefully Gabby can continue the great form he's shown in the first episode. So thank you for joining me. For long-time watchers of this series, then maybe I could maybe tempt you again with becoming a co-author. You know all about that. Go and check that out. Go and check out the Patreon page. To new viewers of this channel, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the first episode. There's a Master League Story Mode series as well that happens every Monday. That'll be coming out on Monday. And that's going to be good as well. So I urge you to go and watch that as well. That's also a good watch. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in a bit.